So the paleo diet isn't perfect, but it does have a lot of good pointers. Let's take a look at the good and reject the bad. First of all, the good: eating more protein, eating organ meat, sometimes known as offal, avoiding processed foods, on the whole, although the occasional cheat won't hurt you, and eating a highly nutrient dense diet. And the bad? Well, believing that you can completely forget about calories, potentially eating too much fat, related to the above point, impractically avoiding milk and bread for mistaken reasons. So, what you're going to do essentially is start thinking less in a subtractive sense and more in an additive sense. If your main aim is to feel healthier, more energetic, and stronger, then you should be seeking out nutrient dense foods. A pleasant side effect of this is that you'll be better sated. Cravings are our body's way of telling us that we're missing something, which is why pregnant women so often get them. You're adding more fruits, more vegetables, and more meats to your diet. Especially start trying berries and more exotic fruits. Remember, we didn't evolve in the countries we live in now. And look for nutrient gold mines, some marine plants, for instance, or organ meats. Smoothies, while high in sugar, are fantastic sources of vitamins and minerals, and a lot of the most energetic and productive people I know swear by smoothies. If you're worried about the sugar, then aim for vegetable smoothies instead. Eggs are also fantastic. They're one of the only complete amino acid sources, meaning that they contain all of the types of protein that the human body needs. They're also high in choline, which is used to make the neurotransmitter acetylcholine. Acetylcholine is used in the brain to allow communication between neurons. Anyone who has ever experimented with so-called smart drugs will know that they're often recommended to replenish their brains with choline to avoid headaches, and eggs are the best place to get this. But nootropics can also cause damage by causing neurotransmitter imbalances. Why not just go straight for the real thing? At the same time, you can also start avoiding things that are obviously just processed food with no nutrients. Avoid empty calories like chocolate bars, soda drinks, ready meals, and meats that have been so mushed up so many times that they're unrecognizable. Don't worry about avoiding bread and milk. You can consume less of them if you like, but don't be so strict as to make this diet difficult to stick to. Some people like the paleo diet because it's simple and only has one easy rule. If you're finding all this a bit complicated, then try this rule. You can only eat foods that you could hunt, forage, or farm. That one extra line is going to bring us into the modern age and help make your diet lots more convenient. While we're doing all this, you should find that you naturally start to eat healthier, and this begins to reduce your snacking behavior. You'll also naturally be getting fewer carbohydrates, while we're still eating bread. Things like cake, fries, and chips are out of the equation. And that means you'll be consuming less sugar too. And that in turn means you're going to burn more calories, and this will be helped by a number of different nutrients, such as L-carnitine, found in eggs and other things, that causes the body to become more efficient at burning fat. Now we're thriving on all the things that the body is designed to thrive on, but we're augmenting that with some healthy modern foods like bread and milk. But it's still worth keeping an eye on calories if your goal is weight loss. Don't consume huge amounts of fat if you're trying to lose weight, because you'll be packing a ton of calories into your diet. I'm not a fan of counting calories though, and I doubt that you are either. A safe way to do this then is to try and eat a relatively consistent breakfast and lunch. This should be easy enough to do, and it means that you can have a very rough estimate of how many calories you'll have consumed by the time you get home in the evening. All you need to do now is ensure that this is significantly under your calorie goal so that you can enjoy a nice big dinner, using only healthy, natural, or farmed foods, and know that it's unlikely to push you over the threshold. I burn 2,200 calories in an average day. Thus, I have designed my lunch and breakfast to add up to around 800 calories. That means I can eat a massive dinner, and as long as it's not over 1400 calories in total, I'll be losing weight. This is a simple, easy, and very healthy way to eat and live. Know that you should find that eating even a quasi paleo diet means that you're automatically consuming more protein and more saturated fat and less carbohydrates. If that's not the case, then try to tend towards it. If you're interested in building more muscle, then try to aim for 1 gram of protein per 1 pound of body weight. This is the advice followed by bodybuilders and athletes, and it will help you to much more easily divide up your calorie quota. Otherwise, aim to eat a fair amount of protein and divide the diet roughly evenly between the three main food groups. Everything we eat for a reason. Right now, the problem is that most Americans eat far more carbohydrates than anything else. This then brings us to one more question. How about supplements? And the simple answer to this is go for it. Now, of course, not all supplements are made equally, and some aren't going to do much good at all. What's more is that getting your nutrition from your diet will always be superior. We function better when we get vitamins and minerals this way because our body is designed to absorb them when they're presented in specific combinations. Some vitamins and minerals cancel each other out. Some are water soluble, some are fat soluble. Some take a while to enter the bloodstream, while others enter it immediately. If you eat fruit, you'll get a balanced mixture of nutrients that guarantees they'll be absorbed efficiently. If you just take a multivitamin, then you may not get everything that's included on the label. But then again, you'll still absorb some of it, and it's still better than nothing. So if you can get your nutrients from your diet, then that's great. But if you need a little extra help, then supplements can't hurt. Likewise, protein shakes are a very convenient and healthy way to get more protein in our diet. These are simply made from whey, which is extracted from milk. Creatine is very hard to get from the diet, but it has a ton of advantages for athletes and gym rats. Again, don't throw out the baby with the bathwater. Processed foods are bad, but that doesn't mean that everything man-made is bad.